boys and girls, we are back into match 3 of Texas Tech versus Mississippi State. I'm Sinful Wishing here once again, and we have substituted a caster in. He's here, he's caring, he's ready to play.
What's up, boys? What's up? My name's Cher. I'll be co-casting this with my friend Josh over here.
Yeah, it's me, Sinful Josh. And it seems like we're jumping right off bands. Pick select.
The Corky band. I don't see that often these days. Anyone a Corky main here?
I used to play Corky a little bit, but not too much anymore. We got the Skarner and the Braum also dropping on the side of Mississippi, which is blue, and Texas Tech on the red. Texas Tech.
To be honest with you here, I feel like these are some interesting bands. I don't know if the players main these champions because that's the only reason I can see to ban Corky especially. Maybe Braum is an okay ban.
Since you came in, I'm gonna give you a real quick rundown of the previous matches. We had a Skarner in the first match, kind of played by Texas Tech stomping. So that's that reason.
Okay.
Corky also played by Texas Tech the last 2 games stomping as well. So that's what
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the Trundle ban coming out from Texas Tech because Mississippi was actually playing a good Trundle that carried them as well as an Oriana. So these bans are actually based off of the previous 2 games, but I'd understand completely why someone who hasn't seen it yet coming in for these bans. Even I would think these are weird if I didn't have seen these first 2 matches.
Zach first pick. I do know for a fact that Gerard plays a lot of Zach.
Yeah, that Zach's gonna be a crucial one, just like last match. He was insane with his steals on the on that Baron. He got 2 quick Baron steals, which actually is in the end is what came out from Mississippi taking the victory.
That's a strong bot lane coming out from the
Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech.
Yeah, that Tom Kench and Varus. We saw the Varus in the first game, but was banned in the second game. So the third game, coming back out, they're definitely trying to secure. And the Tom Kench is there to try to just protect the Varus at all costs.
Strong bully lane coming out from my friends over here, Fob and Gerard.
Yeah, those guys are
MSU, right? Yeah.
That's from Mississippi, and they're definitely getting into that strong support in Caitlyn with the Tarek being able to bully, and Caitlyn being able to shoot from far. And there comes a Shen in now for the Texas Tech side, trying to grab in that top lane.
That's an early top lane pick in the first round.
Yeah, it was definitely more of an interesting pick again. We saw Shen first game like the Varus, but the second game he was banned, so he's coming back into his third game.
I'm really surprised they would blind pick the Shen, and I want to see a good response here from Mississippi State. How they counter the Shen possibly.
Definitely. Hopefully they pull out something that's able to poke down the Shen and try to keep maybe a little bit of CC so they can stop that teleport from if he ever tries to teleport down into like a bot lane position or something to help out in that Bob gank.
As it seems, it looks like Texas Tech are definitely going for the Varus, protect the ADC comp. Tom Kench makes up for Varus' lack of mobility, and Shen just protect the Varus.
Definitely an interesting ban with the Twisted Fate. I really don't know. You have to see Twisted Fate played in the series per se, and I don't see him being extremely strong. Maybe that's towards somebody.
I feel like Galio just does everything Twisted Fate does and a little better in the current meta right now.
Definitely, and it seems like the Scion is another ban. That was a big, strong match in the first one. That's an obvious ban. The Gnar seems like they're trying to stop that CC attack on Shen now.
They're chipping away at the jungle pool for Texas Tech since they haven't picked any junglers yet. Surprising to see what they'll come up with.
For sure. And then there we have the Sejuani dropping. So that's all the bans down. Now we're going to pick, seems like a Jarvan for the Texas Tech side.
Mid lane and top lane still open for MSU?
Definitely. And we're going to be seeing what type of top maybe this Shen's going to have to go up against. Ooh. We see an interesting pick coming out for the Nasus pool right here. How do you feel about that one?
I really like that pick because Nasus can relatively play safe against the Shen. I don't know, his lack of CC might really affect the bot lane, but maybe if they play towards the Shen lane, Shen can't TP away. Maybe that's what they'll be looking to do.
And it seems like an Anivia will actually be being picked up in that mid lane to finish out Mississippi doesn't have as much CC as the CC powered Texas Tech right now with that Tom Kench stun. They got the root by Varus, you got the taunt by Shen, you got the Jarvan knock up, and it seems like they might be getting a Xerath over here to counter the Anivia. That's both 2 very long range base champs in that that midsection for that to finish off both teams. So, looking at these setups here, we have a
They're pretty
oh,
even
whoa.
team comp in my opinion.
All right, wow.
Oh,
I was
that's a Tom
looking at
Cage
this.
top, by the way.
That's a Tompkins top and a Shen.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
we're
never
getting
mind.
baited. We're
Oh,
just getting
we
baited, dude.
so just got debated. Oh man. All right, so now let's run down real quick. We got Nasus versus Shen. Who do you think's gonna win?
Nasus versus Shen, dude. Shen can definitely win the early trades, and unexpectedly, Shen does a lot of damage and takes no damage because of his block mechanic. But if Nasus just tries to farm, maybe tries to farm near his tower, I think he'll be fine. He'll scale great into the mid game.
All right, and now how about Jarvan versus Zach here?
Jarvan versus Zach. Jarvan can definitely abuse Zach in his jungle. Jarvan has a little faster clear speed than Zach, and Zach also really struggles, especially in his first clear. So maybe Jarvan can make use of that and pressure lane early on and get the snowball rolling early on. That's what he needs to be looking to do.
All right, how about and then we got the Xerath versus
I feel both mid laners definitely have a similar playstyle. Both are mana hungry. Both have strong wave clear, and they'll definitely be looking to team fight because the Navia versus Xerath seems like a pretty slow wave clear type of game.
All right, and finally wrapping out this, we got the Caitlyn and Tarek on the Mississippi side versus Varus and Tom Kench. Who do you think will come out on top on those two?
This one's a surprising lane. Varus is surprisingly a strong lane bully compared to Caitlyn because Caitlyn is the traditional lane bully in League of Legends, and Varus right now, he's top in the charts in the win rate for the 8 carry position, and I'm really looking forward to this bot lane because I think it'll be action packed.
Definitely, and here we go. So we got Mississippi versus Texas Tech. Overall, which team do you think will come out on top, and which team will have their Nexus destroyed?
Knowing that the series has gone through game 3, both teams are looking strong. It's a one game separating these teams from defeat and eventual victory too. I'm expecting to see a long game. There's a lot of scaling on both sides. I would say if this game ever goes to late, MSU has a little bit of an edge because of Anivia and Nasus. However, I think Varus outscales Caitlyn at 6 items, and we'll have to see what team plays it better, what team plays around their strengths and hides their weaknesses.
All right, it seems like that'll be wrapping everything up. We're going to be in about a minute jumping in. So I'm going to check those done. So how about we learn a bit about each other? All right, Kang. So how are you doing tonight? How do you feel coming into this match? You have fresh thoughts. How do you feel about League right now? How the updates changed, and what do you think is like the biggest update that you've seen so far?
I'm definitely seeing some more playing some solo queue games. I'm around like plat 1 elo, and I see that mid laners are having a little bit more impact on the map. Previously in 8.3, and I think this entire season 8, the bot lane meta is just too strong. If your bot lane wins most of the time, you're probably gonna win the game. But 8.4, I've seen changes to that, as in mid lane is actually coming in hot. So like if your mid laner is having a rough time, you'll definitely feel that pressure around the map because enemy mid laners with the new item update seems like they just have too many stats available for them, and that's how I'm feeling. I feel like mid lane is going back to being the premier role in the game.
All right, and it seems like as the time wraps down, we getting right into this match. Nothing different on the summoner spells. Everyone's taking their TP, the tops to the exhaustins, the ignites down the support. So here we go into the loading screen.
Have to watch out for the double TP on MSU's side.
Definitely, they're going to be able to take that mobility up a notch and be able to keep map pressure throughout the entire game. I got the spinning wheel of death, and here we go. We got Nasus with the kleptomancy. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I'm really liking that kleptomancy. He's up against a Shen. Shen, I think if he gets some like Q procs off Shen, it'll definitely help him scale better towards his Triforce and his mid game items.
Yeah, and it seems like everyone else is taking the type of masteries. We got Jarvan over there with the elect. We have everybody taking like the mids, taking their the comets. So it seems like for the most part, the thing I like the most right now is that Nasus, that Kleptomancy, giving him so much more sustain.
Yeah,
Here
it'll
we go,
definitely help him get to the laning phase way
for
quicker.
sure.
Are you
All right.
expected to see some level 1 shenanigans from either side?
Oh, definitely. I feel like Texas Tech last game was actually they actually camped one area for a little bit to try and intimidate, but they're not seeming to do so. They're actually everyone's spreading out. It's not so much of the level 1 shenanigans, but the invading. Texas Tech last game was playing Rengar in the jungle and actually invaded the Zac on the Mississippi side, who was actually doing he counted the Rengar started on blue buff and took the red buff of Mississippi. So that I'm wondering if any type of counter jungling might happen again here.
Interesting to see how the last game plays into this game. Maybe some mind games going on. Maybe some expected invades. I'll have to see.
Definitely. You can definitely tell that the I've noticed jungle as his mechanics might be not as tight as possible. His playmaking skills are extremely beneficial, and he actually knows timers. He's able to tell when certain things are up when without actually looking at times because he was actually able to predict most of the time Texas Tech where he was going to be based off of timers. But when that counter jungle happened, he lost all grasp of what was happening. He wasn't able to stay on track, and the Texas Tech was able to step on ahead. So I feel like the jungle is going to play a major role in this match to come.
I have to agree with you here. Both junglers starting red buff on this side. Maybe Jarvan. Jarvan unexpectedly has a very strong level 2. Let's see if he decides to make level 2. It looks like he is.
Yeah, and it seems like he's actually going to be doing what he did previously, but I don't know if that's the smartest move because Zac's actually moving towards his blue buff a lot faster than last time, and they're actually pinging towards the Jarvan. There might be some actioning happening down here in the top side jungle. He's going to be dealing a little bit of damage, and it seems the Nasus is going to be closing down on the Jarvan, but Jarvan's going to be popping away with that red buff, drops his Q. Oh, and it seems like it's only going to be a little bit of teasing here and there, and Nivea grabbing over there.
Oh, the Jarvan getting it unexpectedly low. However, MSU decides not to pull the trigger and just goes back into their own jungle and respective lanes just to farm it out.
I think that was the safe move to do. I feel like Jarvan, the penalty of him doing that was that he just time in his clears, and he's just going to be behind the Zac now. And what used to be Zac having a slow jungle clear is now probably going to be equal with this Jarvan. But now we have a top skirmish happening up here. Not much happening, actually, too much. The Shen's getting that Nasus extremely low. Though we thought this Nasus might be, he's going to be popping his potions real quick. He's going to be able to heal back from that Q damage. He's going to be careful of that Shen's burst damage. But Zac's going to be doing something here. This team fight's breaking out. But never mind. I keep saying something's going to break out, but it just fizzles away. It's like a little spark. Not too much happening.
Zac going for that classic wraparound gank, making his presence known on the map for sure. Burns the flash from Shen early on.
Yeah, he definitely be prepared. He sees that Zac was still up there, and he's just backing off for now. Just doing a little bit of like trying to show the Shen that there a little bit, and trying to help his Nasus friend out, getting some of them of that farm and not being so bullied. It seems like Jarvan's doing a little bit of counter jungling, grabbing those chickens.
Gets caught out by Nivea. Throws a ward over the raptor pit.
And he stopped grabbing those. So it seems like this Jarvan's playing what he did last jungling, but he's being punished so much more. Mississippi State is now understanding about that counter jungle that he likes to do and trying to catch him out on that. But Zac seems to get caught out now. Seems like Zac's gonna be dropped by that stun by Xerath, and then Jarvan's coming in with the quick stun by the.
That's a great wraparound from my boy Fop over here. Looks like he got there, burned the flash from the Jarvan, and the heal from Xerath.
That was a great play. That was perfectly what he needed to do, and he was able to get away scotch-free, even being able to take those Raptors from the Jarvan. So
summer style advantage for Mississippi State. Let's see if they can make anything happen during this time window.
Definitely, it's from the last game to this game, you can definitely see that Mississippi State is not as far behind as they were last time, and they're able to come back. And it seems like the Shen is actually going to be hitting this this Nasus a little bit more here, getting more of that poke off. But Nasus is able to slow down the Shen and get away safer and try to farm it back up and get back in that sustain. but he seems very low on mana and very low on health. So I think he probably is going to want it back soon if that Shen tries to do anything else again.
Quite strong CS advantages coming out from Texas Tech on the towards the bot lane and mid lane. Anivia down almost 13 CS quite early on.
For sure. And here we go. We're back into this, and it seems like Jarvan might be trying to make him the bot lane. He's seeing no wards, so he's coming down. He's going to have a clear passage down there with no one else but Jarvan. Zach's also down in the bot lane. So there, if anything happens, Zach's not too far away to be able to react in time. Nivea's taking the advantage of that TP to get back into lane as quick as possible. And Jarvan seems to actually been cutting around the dragon pit, popping that bloom bush again, but catching nothing, just barely missing Zach. Zach's coming in, he's recalling right behind the wall, just showing he's there for the support if anything happens, but he's pretty low, so he's not going to probably do anything. Jarvan and Xerath, though, are now moving down to this bot lane. And do you think something might break out here?
They're definitely making the right plays, very proactive early on. It's a Taric lane. I'm not sure what's going to happen over here.
Oh, and it seems like a fight has broken out. Xerath's able to take them down.
First blood going over. Enjoy Carnage.
And it seems like a
very
flash.
I really like that play. Push out mid lane, get pressure in the mid lane, play with your jungler. What the heck?
And it seems like everyone's coming down towards the bot lane, and Nivea is going to be actually trying to get that stun off. And Shen's going to be ulting down to the bot lane as well to help try to support. Nivea's going to try to be blocking them all off, while the Varus is able to take a poke at that Zach and drop him for that final.
Strong play coming out from Texas Tech. I really like that. For 4-man bot early on, Shen using his ult too. Let's make it 5-man bot. 6 misses again.
That is a great time. Now it's wrapped around that 7-minute mark.
Do you think they're overstaying for this tower over here?
Oh, definitely. They're getting nailed right now. They're going to escape probably with just the skin of their teeth, but for sure, they should back off now and not try to be any more greedy than they already are.
Nass is taking this time to still push out his lane, get a little bit of that farm and XP advantage, and let's see if Shen can make it top lane in time.
For sure, and it seems like that TP is going to be busting back up to the top lane, showing that mobility as fast as they can. And so everything's going back into the calm state again, and they're going to be able to relax once again and get this farm back up. So how do you feel that last team fight broke down?
Well, I really like the synergy coming out from Cookie, Case, and Enjoy Carnage over here. They push out mid lane. Anivia did not see it coming. They have good vision towards the bot side, and Texas Tech making their pressure mid lane count. They translate that into 2K gold lead early into the game.
For sure, and it seems like everyone's going to be doing a little pickings here and there, and it seems like Shen's going to be tapping at that Nasus, but Nasus better start running faster.
Nasus still has ultimate, pops his ultimate, good flash away, dodging the Jarvan EQ combo, and he might be able to turn this around.
Oh, he's very close, but nope, Shen gets away. Oh, wait, never mind, Shen gets popped.
You hate to see it happen, dude. It was almost there 2-1, but in the end, they just trade 1 for 1. Good play coming out from Magnolian. Magnolian? How would you pronounce his name?
I'd say Magnolia Man.
Magnolia Man.
Magnolia Man. These guys have such creative names. I'm not creative at all. I thought of Sinful and Wishing and put it together. Not so creative, but this guy's like Magnolia Man and Cookie Case, so much cooler than mine.
Yeah, those are some pretty cool notes. Enjoy Carnage. Definitely a big fan of that name.
Definitely. All right, and it seems like everybody will be fighting again off here.
Early blue buff. No, second blue. Hand off to Anivia over here. Definitely will help with the wave clear. Maybe avoid some of that pressure advantage Xerath is enjoying in this lane.
For sure.
Constantly harassing the Anivia under her own towers.
Yes, definitely, and it seems like they're doing a lot more ward clearing right now, which they did less last game, which is a very important thing to do. If they're not ward clearing, it's going to be very difficult for them to be able to make moves by shifting lanes and being able to deceive the enemy team. So that's a great job on the side of Mississippi State by clearing those wards and showing dominance to the top section of the jungle.
Interesting move here by Gerard, knowing that Mississippi State's bot lane tower is already low on HP and the dragon still being up. He's still playing towards his top side, vision secured in the top side river. However, they concede their vision in the bot side, and possibly they might be susceptible to another bot lane 5-man gang with the Shen using his ultimate.
For sure, and it seems like Texas Tech was right there trying to actually take that dragon real quick, but Mississippi State reacting quickly to that time, but it seems like, oh no, Zach's gonna be caught out by that Zeref being stunned, but he's able to jump away.
Nasus does not have TP, and Shen still has his ultimate out, so MSU needs to be very careful with what they're doing right now.
Oh, good job. Jarvan's able to secure that dragon, and they're able to actually be able to walk away scotch-free with actually nobody dying, just everyone getting real low.
I agree with that. They just pressured them off the dragon, making them know, hey, we're not giving you any free objectives. You need to fight for what you need. But they didn't overextend because the knowing Nasus does not have TP or any tools to stop Shen taking like use his ultimate away.
That's for sure. Right now, it's Shen again showing that he actually has a little bit of advantage over this Nasus and not letting him. He's punishing him for every Q he stacks. He gets his health taken away for.
Surprising to see the Spectre's cowl coming out from Nasus early on. Definitely not one for the lane.
Definitely, it's an interesting one. I wonder why that maybe to fight the maybe Zeref early damage.
Jarvan, good EQ combo. Flash also being used over there, but Tarek pops his ultimate. Zach looking for that counter game.
Perfect. He's able
Everyone's really low. Penguin securing that kill. Great Caitlyn Q. This man is. I'll tell you that.
That is for sure, and it seems like now they're going to be going, and they are taking down the Tarek. They're actually overextending their stay right there.
Pop is not playing around. Flashes forward, misses his Q. Does not matter. Penguin secures another kill. Zach getting deep in there. Varus hitting his gloves. Let's see if my boy Pop can protect Gerard.
That is for sure. I mean, it seems like, oh, the Shen drops over and is able to take down that Zach instantly. And it seems like the Zeref's trying to take a little bit more out from the Caitlyn, but the Caitlyn's able to dodge it, and the Zeref just stops the ult entirely. Shen's going to be able to get away, and it seems like he's going to keep running.
What a bloody team fight. I think it definitely went into MSU's favor, and they cut down that early 2K goal lead Texas Tech were enjoying into about a 1K goal lead.
For sure, and it seems like the Shen's actually going to drop. Zach dropped there because he should have just kept running. I don't know why he tried to stay. The Nivea just had to pop him with a Q, and the Caitlyn just had to get a nice crit and pop him down. So definitely the Shen should have backed away and not stayed for that for the pointless defense.
I have a strong feeling that that Texas Tech right now, they're on a timer. Nasus has been top lane this entire game, is enjoying a strong 28 CS lead on his lane opponent, and his mid game is going to be a lot stronger than the Shen, who's been gripping with his team, helping them team fight, and I'm not sure if it's really working out for them.
Yeah, the early game on that Shen is showing right now, but sadly, it's also showing that the late game is not going to be as fun. Nasus start steamrolling these towers, because if we notice, the Nasus really hasn't got too close to the tower yet. So once he starts getting into the tower range, he's going to just start just demolishing those. It's going to be like a construction work site wherever he goes.
Flash burn over there from Eric Carnage.
Yep, and it seems like the Jarvan is still giving a little bit of vision, trying to assert dominance over this this Zach over here by being really deep, but he goes in on the Zach. The Zach's able to jump away in time, and Jarvan's getting nothing out of that. He tried to take down the Zach as quick as possible, but the Zach got away in the nick of time, and he's now going to be doing that blue buff there.
This is what I like to see from Cookie K's. He needs to be pressuring the Zach in the jungle, making sure no camps are given away for free, no pressure around the map. If Zach can be allowed to farm and gank, then
wow, if you just watched that right there, my bad. It seems like the Jarvan was
going on.
Yeah, the Jarvan was actually really low and almost died again. And just like the Zach, he was able to get away quickly, and the Nasus wasn't able to do anything. Zeref's coming with that support, was able to stun the Nasus and not allow him to do any further damage, and they were able to chunk him down to enough where they scared the dog away, and he's going to go back to top lane farming like he knows how to. Seems like the Zach's gonna be clearing the Raptors near mid lane, maybe trying to set up for something on the Seraph. The Seraph's very immobile, not a very mobile mage. So if they can get any type of stun or knock up on him, oh, and it seems like Zach's gonna be going in. He's gonna be grabbing that ult onto the Seraph to pull him back.
Flashlight Zerhat.
Oh, he's trying to go. Shen's coming in the ult to save the Zeraf. Zeraf's going to be able to get away with just enough health. Now he's going to be ulting towards the Zac and the Anivia, but he's not able to pick up anything. So in the end, nobody.
Left, right. This Anivia's dodging everything, making sure that the Zeraf cannot hit any of those kill shots on him.
Definitely, and it seems like that Jarvan and Shen are now going to be top lane where Nasus will be getting punished greatly for not having wards placed too deep for there.
Yeah, sure. This Nasus enjoyed too much relative. Too much.
Ooh.
Whoa! What the heck?
Him. He just took that. Nasus is now showing that farm advantage he has over them.
16 minutes into the game, Nasus finishes Spirit Visage. And
up, Zach's gonna be popping down that Shen a little bit more, and Shen's gonna be trying to run for his life as the turret drops, and he's gonna be now flashing away, but that's
+6 for Nasus right there. +6, quite disrespectful.
He's just gonna be getting so much more.
What I want to see from Texas Tech right now is look at their mid lane tower, look at the enemy mid lane tower, look at the enemy bot lane tower. I want the Jarvan to be playing around those objectives. Top lane, Nasus has already outscaled Shen, and I want to see Shen pressure the lane, but at the same time, I want them to play towards mid lane, and I want them to play towards bot lane.
Definitely, Jarvan should just be like saying, "Sorry, Shen, your lane's lost for now. You're not gonna be the."
Yeah, we need to play towards our Varus and our 2 carries.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get these guys to start getting a little bit better so they can counter that Nasus in the top lane and be able to deal with it. And there goes guys.
Yeah, Shawnee Boy's Varus. Ulting the Nasus.
And he's down. It seems like the Tarek ult's gonna be coming in, but the
TP's coming out for both sides.
Yep, and there goes Jarvan with the ult dropping down on top of them. Now Nasus showing his strength here. Oh, there goes the stopwatch. Stop any further.
Nasus getting.
Oh, Nasus
violated by
there. Wow.
Big Snag ultimate coming out. Oh my god. Zac coming in with his stopwatch, and that was really clean. What a mess of a fight. What a clean.
That was
messy fight.
Clean, messy fight. It was messy for the fact that everyone was jumping back and forth, but for Texas Tech, they just weren't ready for the amount of damage that Nasus came out with, and so Mississippi State was able to execute perfectly. That Nasus knew exactly when to hit, and then was able to perfectly time that stopwatch to take no more damage. The Zac tried to stopwatch to try to not let his passes pop. His passes did still pop, sadly, but they were able to get the damage off and be able to completely wipe the enemy team with only Terror dropping.
Nasus pushing the gates.
He's opening the gates, man.
Opening the gates, you're right. He's taking top lane tier 1, and he's taking the bot lane tier 1.
Yep, so now they just have the mid lane to go. Unlike the first game where Texas Tech was just stomping over Mississippi State, it seems like Mississippi State is now going to say, hey, you guys were teasing with us in that second game. We're now going to show you why with us in this third game. And they are definitely showing that they're someone to be reckoning with here as this game starts to get into the towards the mid type of game.
Yes, Varus still looking to complete his second item, looking like Runans, and that would be a big power spike for these team fights. I think they need to farm it out, play slow. They're 3k gold behind right now. Team fights are not going in their favor. Maybe farm up, get to their core item spikes, and duel it out then.
Yeah, that Rage Blade's definitely gonna help him outscale that Caitlyn right now. Because the Caitlyn, all she has is that Infinity. The only bouncing off of either getting those traps or getting that net to get those insane crits. Oh, Xerath had the flash there as Anivia was trying to pop him down, but sadly, Nivea's gonna have to back off because she is unable to take down the Xerath and doesn't want her mid turret to get taken down by these minions. Here goes Zach's going to take his red, and it seems like he's going to be actually rotating towards the Raptors closer to mid. Jarvan's going to be maybe taking that Scuttle Crab. There he goes, got that Scuttle Crab, and now it seems like they're going to be pinging to defend the tower on the red side. So how do you feel the two teams are fighting right now and communicating?
I like the vision afforded by MSU in the bot side, and I want to see Texas Tech respond with some vision on their own. They just have a lone control ward in the bot side, and I want them to be fighting for that vision control. Because right now they don't have a tower, they can get ganked around, and they're looking at very dangerous. They're sitting at a very dangerous spot right now.
Nasus being spotted out here in the enemy jump. Zaref taking a little bit of poke here and there. Jarvan's gonna probably try to clear that right before anything. Nasus saying, let's fight, let's do this. Here comes Zach in, they got the slow. Zach
Shen ultimate coming out for Enjoy Carnage. Big Zach ultimate, taking both the members of the team, dominating for this Nasus. Runs the Jarvan down, just runs him down. He's enjoying 2 levels, highest level in the game.
He's got the most farm right next to the bot, but he's got
the most
kills.
CS.
No, he's got like
third most.
Fourth?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right. He doesn't got good, yes, but you know what he has good of? He's got good stacks.
Yeah, dude, he's got them stacks, bro.
He's got them stacks, and he's now just a turret destroyer.
370 stacks in 20 minutes.
It is crazy. He's gonna be destroying these turrets. It's like an overload Sheen right now. Is his Q.
It's like seeing Trick 2G just playing Nasus in the good old days, dude.
Yeah. So now they're gonna be trusted. It seems like Mississippi's now gonna be pushing down this mid lane. It's basically like a reverse match. In the second match, Mississippi State was just getting pounded by Texas Tech, and now Mississippi State is just doing them dirty reverse. Now they're gonna
I want to see Texas Tech reply with some aggression on their own, and it looks like right now they're just playing quite reactive. They're getting invaded on their red buff. They're just trying to make these. They're trying to salvage something from these plays, but it's not really working out for them. I want them to set up some strong vision near the river. Baron's up right now. It's 21 minutes into the game. They need some strong vision. They need fight for vision instead of fighting for these red buffs.
Yeah, they definitely need to start engaging and not being the receivers.
Look to catch out the Nivea. Look to catch out the Caitlyn. Maybe not the Nasus. Nasus is too big at this point, but if you can play away from the Nasus while his TP is still down, I think it's up right now. As I said the sentence, but yeah, try to get some catches with the Abyssal Voyage on Tonkench.
For sure. And so it seems like in the end, Texas Tech needs to start grouping up. I feel like they're getting to that point where they need to start grouping up and not picked out, because it seems like Mississippi for the most part is staying together as a unit.
I would argue differently, to be honest. I think what Mississippi State wants is to group up, because they have a Nivea, they have a Zach, and a Nasus right now who's great in team fighting because he has 7 kills.
Yeah.
If I was Texas Tech right now, I want to split. I think it's better for them to keep the Nasus in the side lane and play away from him as much as possible. So like split them up, and then you have the Xerath that can ultimate from really far away, and you have the Tonkench that can teleport a teammate and make cross map plays.
Oh, and it seems like some action's going down here with the Zach being able to get the Barons here. Zach's gonna be ulting now, taking that Tonkench down a little farther back in. There goes the Tarek. Oh, perfectly tapping in 3 of his guys, and it seems like Varus is very low. Zach's jumping in there, takes the smite, grabs him, and just destroys.
Is on a killing spree. Once again, everything comes down to vision. Blue side, MSU enjoying a lot of vision in the enemy jungle.
Zach's coming in to help his buddies. Nasus grab another perfect stack. Thanks, Shen, for another.
Man, I wonder what the cons are looking like on Texas Tech side. Are they flaming each other? Because right now they don't seem to be they're not playing like a cohesive unit. Right now they need to be playing as a team, showing some fight. Maybe if they can hold their base, there's a lucky turnaround for them in this game.
For sure, and it seems like they're going to be taking down this outer base turret, the final tier 3 turret here. Nasus is watch. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to see it here. Nah, not yet.
Nasus is opening them gates.
Oh yeah, and here goes Tarek being caught out a little bit, but then there goes the Zach in onto the Tonkench. Tonkench is going to be able to get away. They're going to be able to go away scotch-free on both sides, but that Tarek was dangerously close to getting completely popped right there. He's got to be a little bit more careful with his positioning, or next time he might not be as lucky getting away.
Except for Zach, no flashes on MSU's side. Maybe this is the window where finally Texas Tech decides to pull the trigger and make an offensive play, fight for some vision, look out, catch the Caitlyn out. Penguin has played very clean Caitlyn. His positioning seems to be really good. Left, right, dodges, Enjoy Carnage's ultimate.
Definitely, and it seems like Carnage just wanted to probably lower the AD carry to try to get him a little further away, so securely take this mid turret, not have to worry about some type of fight being put up. It seems like they're going to now be moving towards the dragon pit to try to take this wind drake for their own. Pop is just
Look at that MSU side, near Baron Pit. Not a single ward from Texas Tech on the Baron.
Yeah, they definitely needed to. Texas Tech definitely had the vision advantage.
Probably in the game. I would argue, yes.
Yeah, and Texas Tech right now has a lot of wards down by the bot lane, but it seems like MSU is trying to be more towards the warding on the Baron, per se.
Which seems to be the correct call, because 25 minutes in the game, you don't want to give away a free Baron, especially to a side that's already AK goal up.
Definitely. They're definitely going to be going for this Baron pool to try to finish out the game. And so they were like probably not caring too much, especially since Drake. It's not too useful in these giant team fights. It's just really good for movement and everything. But they're definitely going to be monitoring this Baron and trying to probably take it when they get a pick or two off of Texas Tech in this next big team fight.
All right, Josh, I have to hit you up with a question. So right now, if you were playing with if you were on Texas Tech's team, what would your comps be like? What is your win condition according to you?
What is my win condition?
If you were a Texas Tech player.
I'd say defending, making sure they don't take any more turrets than they already have, keeping someone posted on that Baron being
There's
near.
no turrets in the map except for the bot lane tier 2. All the tier 1, tier 2 towers have been taken in top and mid lane.
Yeah, I would definitely want to make sure they don't want to. I don't want the Nasus trying to get in the back door anywhere. And I would just make sure keeping monitor of the Baron, because that's going to be the big game changer here. I would say trying to just keep everything a little bit on the passive side and try to take this Baron when they which is what seems like happening.
Bring it up right now, and Baron has been started by MSU. Ballsy call, taking the initiative.
Definitely.
Left, right. Penguin just dodging everything.
Barris is going to be trying to root that
Zach ultimate followed. Oh my god.
Oh my. Tarek is just on a roll with those ults, keeping his team alive. And they were able to stop this Baron play, which was a great move by Texas Tech. They're not giving them a Baron, but sadly, even though they went here to stop this Baron, Nasus is just doing what Nasus does, split pushing that bot lane, and he's able to go and try to take this last tier 2 tower on Texas Tech side. And it seems like, oh, Zaref's going to be flashing away. I definitely think that Caitlyn was predicting that the Zach would hit that jump and then be able to get the kill there, but Zara was able to get a clean flash away.
I agree with you on this one. Zara caught in the wrong territory.
Oh no, I feel like he chose the wrong way to get.
+6 coming out for Nasus. Wow, I suck at this. Magnolia, man. Taking that +6 stacks, sitting comfortably at 537 stacks coming out in 27 minutes. This man is huge. This man is not playing around today. He's definitely saying, MSU, game 3, put me in. I'm going to carry.
Oh my god. Now, I played a match with a Fed Nasus. It is not fun. He's tanky.
It's not pretty, dude.
As all hell. And he's now... Oh my god!
What
Did you see that?
What?
Oh my god! I cannot believe what just happened.
TTU Fear. Dude, this man is not playing around. TTU Fear. Fear the name, dude.
Oh my god. I've been looking at this jungle. Garad has been great at these smites. He's stolen 2 Barons from TTU, but he missmited on this last one. Baron just 100-ish health left, allowing the Tom Kedge tongue to just barely pick up that.
Dude, I have to go back on that play. I have to rewatch that play, my guy.
Go for it. We're gonna keep looking at this one.
Was it a blind Q?
So what was it? Was that a blind? Was he?
That was a blind Q into the Baron pit that stole the Baron.
Oh my
TTU Fear with a miraculous turnaround.
That is great. I got it. That is hitting the highlight reel. Sure, this series was a highlight series, man.
Dude, game 3, Texas Tech, some breathing room finally coming into this game. What can they do with this Baron?
Push mid, take these turrets, push out your lanes, try to keep it there. Stay a little bit, keep the Shen probably split pushing to try to get the Nasus off. But for the most part, they should be going like 1 and 4 because the Shen could get back any time with this teleport. And so they maybe push on bot and finish off the bot lane.
I agree with you. That's why I wanted to bring up. I think they need to take whatever free objectives they can, give them some breathing room, give them some more gold into their inventories to buy some items, complete some of those items. And you see the bot lane tier 1 for MSU is really low, and that's the first thing I want to see off the map.
Yeah, I want to see maybe the Tom Kench and Varus going down there, taking that, and then Tom Kench could back to mid, and then everyone push down this mid to try to give some.
That's a flashless Zerath right now, and if I was enjoying Carnage right now, I would not be stepping up right there. That's a very bold call. Zach just jumping in.
Ooh, baby. Tom Kench is gonna grab and flash away with the Zerath.
As I was saying it, very dangerous for Zerath to be there all by himself right now.
Yeah, he's so immobile. The only thing he can rely on is that stun. So that would not be enough to stop a completely onslaught.
You can't stop a Zach just running you down.
That and attack, and it seems like he's just not learning his lesson. He's gonna be getting very close. He's dancing with the devil right now, while this Nasus is trying to see how far he can take this Shen.
Texas Tech using their enhanced Baron recall to get back into their base.
And it seems like this Nasus is gonna be taking some turret damage here, but it's probably all gonna be healed back up from one single Q. They seem like gonna be trying to take this turret. Come on, Nasus. Oh, I feel he's gonna be backing off here. He's trying not to get picked out too much, because the CC on Texas Tech is not a joke at all either. They have a ton of CC to keep someone locked down.
I like what I see from Texas Tech. They know Jarvan can still has the Baron recall, and he can keep pushing bot lane.
Oh, Zach goes flying in, but he's unable to connect with anything. The Tarek's gonna be ulting here. They're gonna be getting F. They're gonna be missing Nasus in that ult. And it seems like Zach's gonna be pulling nobody back with that ult, sadly, but the Nasus is able to just pop that top inhib like a cherry, and they're gonna be running away while
going for a trade over inhib.
Oh!
Nasus with the TP coming out. Can it be canceled?
No,
It has been canceled.
It's canceled by the Anivia with the TP and Jarvan. I think
Varus with the DP. Shawty boy is not playing around today. Double kill coming out.
Varus coming in with that big backup damage. Seems like Varus is gonna be able to pop the Nasus as well. He's gonna be coming in finishing. The Varus gonna be able to grab it. Oh, and he's able to drop the drops the Zach for the
is this game kill for Texas Tech?
Oh my god, could this be
Oh my god.
Oh wait, is it? Oh no, it can't be. Nah, I think the Tarek might be able to get back in time.
I have to say, dude, I think it's game. 30 seconds on Nasus right now, 20 seconds on Anivia. This might be game.
Well, if this Tarek can get out here and stall long enough,
there's nothing the Tarek can do. Oh my god.
You could stun them and keep them at
What a turnaround of events.
I think they're not going to be able to secure it all the way, but they're definitely going to get close.
What is this game, dude?
Time, wait, is it? Nah, they're not going to be able to take it. This Indivia's going to pop them.
Is definitely not wiping tonight.
Oh
my god.
Jeez. There we go, and it seems like...
Penguin's back up. Flash forward into the last team fight. I'm not sure I agree with Caitlyn flashing forward ever.
Yeah, I think there was...
into the game.
There was a lot of misplays, I feel, by Mississippi on that end. Texas Tech keeping a calm state of mind, just being able to play them in the end.
And that's the Varus DPS we were talking very early into the game. Right now, he's definitely active. 3 items and a QSS coming out for him. He'll be a huge force to reckon with in these team fights. And maybe that's what the Zach needs to be looking at right now. Instead of focusing that Zerath, like he's always done throughout the entirety of this game, I want him to be looking at the Varus.
I thought, just like the second game, I was like, okay, Texas Tech, I'm sorry, but you dropped the ball this time. This is gonna go down.
Boy, you were wrong, dude.
Oh my god, I was so off. Mississippi University is just pulling. They're pulling a fast one on us. They completely threw that last fight, and they lost their bot because of that. Because the Jarvan was split pushing. That was a 4v5 that Texas Tech actually won there.
Man, I'm a jungler myself. If I was Zach right now and I ever saw my Caitlyn flash in, you best believe I'll be spamming FF15. I'll be spamming. I don't want to play with this Caitlyn.
Yeah, but I think it was just. I feel like it was just a miscommunication there. It was just a miscalculation. Hopefully they can be able to fix it up with this next team fight, which I feel like the next team fight is the deciding factor here. It will be whoever wins this next one basically probably will win this final game here. It seems like Texas Tech is going to be grouping up right now. Grab this Windrake here. Let's see a second. Windrake on their side. They also have an Earthdrake versus the Mississippi State only having that
Ocean Drake.
Ocean Drake over there.
Yes, sir. Only 1,000 goals separating these two teams. It's not much of a goal difference for 34 minutes in the game. I think it's fair to call this game even right now.
Yeah, it was tilting in the favor of Mississippi State heavily about 5 minutes ago. But the second they lost that team fight and Jarvan took that bot, it was tied. This is as close as you can get for a game 3
I agree with you.
What?
Baron is coming up 20 seconds into the game. I think Texas Tech with their top, if they can push out top lane, they have a little bit of an edge towards Baron because Nasus does have TP. However, he needs to keep staying bot lane in case Texas Tech decides to go for some crazy backdoor.
For sure. And it seems like that Texas Tech is going to be grouping mid here, trying to do a big push right now, trying to maybe get a poke pick here and there. They're able to get at least one pick on somebody. I feel like that's enough to go towards Baron, and maybe just at least start doing it, and then probably deciding if they want to kill it or not when they start to feel the other mid team. If they get that Zac though, that's done. That's done. They should definitely hit that Baron because there's nothing to stop your smite unless someone gets like a crazy CC chain, or they get some way of ending it like the Tom Kent was able to.
Dude, watching Zerillin on the Shen pushing out that top lane supers is kind of sad. Usually you see Shen's opt for some Hydra, some form of wave clear, and I think Sunfire Cape is helping him out a little bit, but Nasus is definitely out pushing him in the bot lane and having a little bit of a easier time with these super minions compared to Shen.
Definitely, Shen went for a lot more of a support kind of role. He grabbed that grabbed the Sunfire Clay, but he also grabbed that Zeke's Convergence to try to probably hooks up with the Bears and do something. Seems like the Zac's going to be grabbing the Xerath, but the Xerath's going to be able to be stopped by the Shen ult. There's
a lot of ultimates used there. Taric popping his ult.
I don't like the Taric ult. I think the Taric panic ulted, and that didn't really help in the end.
I agree with you. That spells panic everywhere.
That was a panic ult, but even though that, it seems like Texas Tech might have it seems like they brought everybody really low, and it seems like they might be able to transition either for a Baron or just push down mid and completely shove this in.
One thing to point out is Xerath almost has a 100 CS advantage on Fop. And if you has an easy time clearing mid wave, and I'm not sure why Fop is down in CS. That's a yikes.
Alright, it seems like the team's gonna be going out. Oh my gosh, how is that Anivia still alive? Barely has any health. That crit from that Caitlyn.
Pops the staffing. Oh my god. Holy. Let's go, Bears. Auto. If I was Bears.
Oh, there we go. There goes that comp.
Big Zac engage coming out. Penguin picking up the scraps right now. Anivia staying alive miraculously. Xerath just going base right now. He's like, yo, I got a piece. I'm the wrong
shoot. Seems like Mississippi is going to be going for this Baron right now. They're going to be taking it as fast as possible, trying to bring it down, but the Bears is not any shy of trying to steal this. Seems like the Shen will be dropping from the Caitlyn. There comes, and it seems like Mississippi.
Oh, Penguin just finishes him off. Oh my god. This Shen. I'm not sure if they should have gone for that steal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they should have probably went down to bot or something, and probably would have tried to push. Well, actually,
no, I think they should have just mid lane. I think that's what the right play was.
Mid or something. I would say that there was no way they were going to steal that. They didn't have enough CT to stop the Zac from smiting.
Shen's out for another 28 seconds right now. That's a big window for MSU. Push the advantage, regain control of some sideway pressure.
For sure. You can have that just Nasus go down and bot and just completely clear that lane while you push mid. And that just splits the two. And then maybe you have maybe they go with a 1-3-1. Have someone in the top lane push, someone in the mid lane push, and three people in the mid lane push. The Nasus pushing the bot. So you have pressure from all sections, splitting the Texas Tech up and not being able to allow them to have that extremely strong team fighting potential that they usually have.
Okay, with Baron over to MSU right now, what would you want Texas Tech? How do you want Texas Tech to respond? Now, as we're in the late game right now, how do you want them to respond to that push?
You need somebody, maybe one or two dudes down with Nasus trying to stop him from pushing this any farther than it already is. They have Superman down there, so probably just need the Shen down there. But you don't want this Nasus to be here when this team fight breaks out. Put everybody else in the mid to make sure that they don't have any problems there. And they need to make sure that they just need to try to freeze the lanes as much as possible and not allow MSU to use this Baron to the best of their ability. So it seems like this Nasus, even though he's got two people defending him, these Baron buffed minions are nothing, and his Qs just do so much damage. This Shen's not going to be able to take anything. He's going to have to back off a little bit now. Nasus is now basically sieging this castle, dropping this bot final tier turret, trying to keep it down, but Nivea's getting some poke here.
I agree with you. Big wave crashing in top lane. Maybe they're just waiting for that top wave to build up, and then they can make a push for the top lane.
Yes, for sure. Seems like Nasus is backing off a little bit. Doesn't want to get picked out and give away a kill. Death from Nasus could definitely spell doom for Mississippi. Nasus is so big right now that he is a game changer right now. With or without the team, he could be the deciding factor. It's just how much of a carry he's being right now.
I agree with you. If I was Texas Tech right now, it's looking rough right now. They just have to turtle up. Hopefully they don't get Zerath, or they don't get their Zerath or Varus picked. Zerath still enjoying 100 CS lead on his opponent, and Varus with 50. They're comfortable. They have all the items they need. They just need to like
there goes the Jarvan jumping in there, but he's going to be flashing out. There's a free by the Zach pulling the Tom Kench and the Shen back. There goes the Shen being popped by that Caitlyn.
Penguin on a rampage, just auto-attacking, right-click, beast.
Man, here he comes. Nasus is able to drop that Tom Kench, and now, wow, that inhibitor just disappeared before our eyes. This Nasus does insane amounts of damage. It seems like now that Zach
picking up the kill, Tarek just running it down.
I think this might be it. I think that these turrets are going to be dropping, and this Zerath has... I think that's.
I think in the end it came down to whoever has a beefier front line won the game. Nasus and Tarek, they can stay alive forever with the Zac too. And Shannon Tompkins not as tanky with the Jarvan.
That was crazy. It was an insane match. You thought MSU was just got this in the bag, then they threw it all away. The Texas Tech almost completely takes the inhibitor, but it just comes up a little bit short with the death timers, and MSU is able to secure that final Baron, put those final pushes in, and be able to take down the enemy Nest 6. Do you have anything else you want to add?
If we had to, who do you think is the MVP for this game, in your opinion?
Nasus is the only reason I feel MSU was winning. Caitlyn was there. That front line he put on Texas Tech was just so overwhelming, and it just basically made them like not even be able to like work as a unit anymore, because they just were so jumbled up by how much damage and how much of a tank.
I agree with you there, but his team allowed him to stack up in the early game. His team, Shen made a lot of plays with his team early on. Nasus enjoying a relatively free lane, getting to his items, getting to his early mid-game spike, and I agree with you. He definitely used the advantage his team gave him, and he made it count. Nasus has to be the MVP for me. Penguin also being a very solid contender, clean Caitlyn, amazing right-clicking at the same time. But Nasus, he made a big difference.
Definitely. All right, and one quick shout-out to Texas Tech's Fear for that Baron steal.
Yeah, Texas Tech's Fear was really good.
All right, guys, I think that'll be it. That man. The victors going 2-1 to Texas Tech. This was an insane 3 matches. First one, not too much action, but the second and third one, the insane Baron steals, the just flip-flops of the sides of who could win. It was crazy. Thanks for tuning in here on the ACEL, mate.
Yeah, dude, some real madmen that tonight. I had really fun casting with you, Josh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a great series.
We're going to be signing off for the night, but tune in next week. We have all sorts of more matches popping here on this channel, as well as checking out the ACEL secondary channel where there's some other matches, some more league action. I'd say head over there right now because the 11 o'clock match just started.
All right, peace out. Thank you.
We'll be peacing out here. I hope you guys have a great night and see you in the next one.